Hello, and welcome to AAUW Conversation and Connection. I'm Sharon Watson Hamilton, and this is where we talk with people from the community about AAUW, which is the American Association of University Women. I have one of the busiest ladies in the world as my guest today. Hello, Norma. How are you?
Doing well.
Okay, good job. It's a beautiful day today, by the way. Oh
yes.
my gosh. It's in May up here in Auburn, California, and it's lovely. So you are a woman of many, many hats, and we're going to dive right into a couple of topics I want to get to with you today. And that is, we have our primary election coming up, and you're the woman with all the answers about that. I had you on the show about a year and a half ago when it was right before the general election of 2024. And we talked about different, I think propositions were mostly the topic that time. This time, the process has become a topic of conversation in a lot of elements, let's put it that way, primarily because of the redistricting, right? Some of the new rules. So let me see. I'll just start asking questions. How's that? So what is your role involved in the elections, the primary elections in California this year?
Okay. I moved to the area back in 2011, and I went to an event of AAUW shared with League of Women Voters, hearing about the propositions at that time. And somebody spoke up and said, we need some vote poll workers.
Oh.
And I had been experienced with other people hosting polls in their garage.
Okay.
Back in those days.
Back in those days, yeah.
And I said, I want to do that. And since I had just moved, I hadn't become involved in everything yet, and so I got in there and started being a poll worker. So I've been a poll worker now since 2012.
Okay, so
for each election, primaries, generals, etc.
Wow, special. We've had a couple specials in there too.
Yeah, and each time the governor announces a special election, I feel sorry for the elections office.
I do too.
To have to reorganize
and campaign to get people to help, and it's as part of the nonprofits, whether it's League of Women Voters, they're not nonprofit too, right?
Correct.
And AAUW, in Placer County, they rely quite a bit on us as poll workers. It saves them money. They still have to pay us a little bit, so it makes us a little bit of money. It's a wonderful collaboration. And I won't say primary because you're so involved in both arms of League of Women Voters and AAUW, but you're more on the League of Women Voters side for this election for sure, as you are in. Tell us how many hours you're going to work, Norma.
All the time the poll is open, plus hour before and hour after.
Right.
So, where was I going there?
So 8 hours plus, so 10 hours times 3, 30 hours for the first, we're doing the 4-day election. And then the last day, probably 15. So 45 hours in 4 days. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the county appreciates our service clubs in the area that step up to say we will find our volunteers to work with at the polls.
Right.
And so it's we have to have 10 persons in the polling site anytime the poll is open.
Okay.
And everything, everybody gets trained. All those poll workers get trained for each election, primary and general. And it's a lot of dedication.
Yeah, I've done it for a number of years, not to your level, unfortunately. I just do a few hours each time, right? But yeah, we all have to go through. I actually love the training. I always learn something new, or a review, or whatever it is, because I want our Placer County to rise above any questioning, or rise above anything that could be misconstrued as out of the ordinary or something. I want us to be perfect, and I think Ryan Ronco and his staff in Placer County are just top notch on that.
I don't mind going to training because they are always listening and reviewing all their procedures, and so when I go to training, I'm listening for something that's new.
New, yeah.
Yes. Oh, this one, I need to remember this one now, and I have my notes from my training here.
Yeah.
So I serve as an election inspector, which is one of the top jobs of the poll workers. The other is the judge, and so the inspectors and judges rely upon each other, and we're all remembering different portions of the training.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I'm going to say this right now on film, if I haven't said it 100 times before. Norma is a wonderful person to work with. You bring such calm to things that can go splatter, and the rest of us are running around trying to figure out, and Norma keeps your calmness, and it's just wonderful to work with. I just love being by your side on that. So I haven't heard anybody that doesn't agree with that. We all love that calmness about you, and it comes from being secure with what you're doing. You're strong at what you do, and if the rest of us were equally strong, we might not be running around. But no, it's a good group. We've done it a long time. Most of us are just, but it's lovely to work with you. The biggest thing that changed that I got out of training, and I bet you did too, they got new privacy sleeves. Because one of the things that would happen, I don't know, every hour or something, it seemed like that privacy sleeve got caught in the ballot counter, right? So do you remember what they told you about that? It's kind of fun this year.
So there are secrecy sleeves that we are to offer to the voters, but we do not demand you take it on.
Right.
It's actually a big sleeve, and when they tried to demonstrate putting the ballot in that sleeve, it took them time.
It does. It's very sturdy, but it doesn't get caught in the counter.
But it won't get caught in the counter.
It's hard and stops. Yeah.
Right. So it's not as long as the ballot. We get the long ballots again this time.
Yeah.
I really like those short ballots.
I do too. The long, and I don't. How many people are running for governor? I'm telling you.
I was surprised.
60?
Seeing all those names in the sample ballot. I was like, oh my goodness.
I know. It's kind of interesting because it's like, I haven't, I don't know.
You don't hear about
No, you
most
don't.
of them.
Yeah, we've got the top 8 or something that we hear the most about. But, yeah, kind of interesting that there's so many, but that makes the ballot so long.
Yes.
Because there's no propositions, right, in the primary.
Right.
Right.
No propositions.
So it's all either local and it's all state. There's federal too, right? All our representatives.
Congregational. Congressional.
Yeah.
Representatives.
So a lot to be digested for sure. But anyway, whew. Yeah.
Yeah. Placer County reports that they've mailed out 300,000 ballots. And, there are fire districts and other little things that create separate ballots. So instead of having stacks of ballots and of different types, and the reason we used to have different polling sites instead of voting centers, a poll site was related to a specific area, and the ballots were specific for that area of town or county. We have ballot printers that will print the ballot for anyone in Placer County. A caution to those of you that live just outside of Placer County, don't
Say Lake of the Pines in Nevada County.
don't come to Placer County Vote Center and
Right.
expect to have a ballot printed. So
Right.
you need to stay within your county. Know where your county line. Are you actually in Nevada County or El Dorado County, Sacramento County? If you bring in a mail ballot, we can receive that, and the elections office will then transport it to the
Where it goes.
appropriate county.
Yeah. Because even if I was in LA, I lived in LA, and I bring my ballot in because I'm on vacation or something, we can take it in the what do you call that?
Ballot drop box.
Yeah. And so that's no problem because, that was kind of I don't know why I didn't understand that, but I didn't. So cool. We can take those anywhere, but if you're going to vote or do a scan and go. Talk
Right.
about scan and goes. They
Scan
really
and
want
go.
us to do those.
Yes, so
Yes.
those 300,000 ballots were mailed out to Placer County residents, and you have the opportunity to review the ballot and review any information that the county office has provided, and do your voting at home in the privacy of your own home. You can do the ballot, mark your ballot, but then you can bring it into any of the vote centers. There are 30 vote centers in the county.
30? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. There are 7 that are open 4 days, and the rest of those 23, no, 7 are 11-day vote centers.
Right. And the 23.
And 23 will be open the last 4 days. They open on May 30th. And you can take that ballot that you marked in the privacy of your own home, come in, check in with the computer person, and they will find you in the computer, and then you will sign your name in the related to the book, and then you can take that ballot directly to the scanner and just go scan it in, and that does advanced counting
Yes.
of the ballot, and you'll know if your ballot is good or not immediately.
Right.
And the ballot is tabulated within the counter, the ballot scanner, and at the end of our election period on Tuesday, the 4th of 2nd of June, we take those memory cards out of the scanner and we put them into the sealed container, and they get escorted to the elections office by a sheriff's deputy.
Cool.
The couriers come and pick up our stuff and take it to the elections office, and those results are loaded up into their computer, and they probably get reported out to the public at about 11 o'clock that evening.
Yeah. It's pretty fascinating. It's like they count it. Like, say I go in on the 30th and I put it through the scanner. It's counted, ready to be pushed out after 8 o'clock. That's how I understand it. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's pretty phenomenal because we know right away. One of the criticisms I heard from, I don't know, is California is one of the last ones to get all their votes in. That's because we have the grace to give people time to, it's still a cutoff at 8 o'clock on the 2nd, but if you're mailing from overseas or it's postmarked but it doesn't get to the center before the 4th, let's say, but it's postmarked the 2nd, that gets counted. But all that takes a process if it's not through the scan and go. So it does take a little bit to verify signatures, to verify that, right?
And really the percentage of late counts is very low.
It's very low, isn't it?
Very low.
Yeah.
We get, I'm not going to say a percentage, but the predominance is accounted by that night.
Yeah, I think so too.
And the minimal trace amounts that dribble in probably will not change the results of the election.
Yeah, we want to encourage people though that they do matter. So,
Yes.
And they could, because wasn't there one election not too long ago? It was like 10 votes difference or something. So those did count. Not in our county, I don't think it was, but I remember that example.
I remember there was an example of two people that had exact dead heat.
Yes.
It was a mayor's report or something like that. And turns out that one guy voted and the other candidate did not vote for himself. And
oh no.
I think it was up to a coin toss or something,
Something like that, yeah. But we are proud of our country, and the voting process is just wonderful. And the redistricting has made a difference in who's running, how they're running, how they'll come out at the other end. Those things have been changed up a little bit this year.
So I really respect the procedures that the county has established. As you come into a vote center, you step up to the computer person, the person manning the computer. You are asked to state your name, and we can find you in the computer, hopefully by name. We have different ways of searching through the computer. This computer is not attached to the internet at all.
At all, right.
There is what we call a cradle point, which is the using cellular signals to communicate between the elections office mainframe computer and our laptops.
Yeah.
They're not worried about you. We're glad to.
So when I say, "Hi, Jim, how are you?" I still have to go through all that, right?
You still have.
I hope we know everybody.
We may know you, but
okay.
We are confirming the information that's on the computer.
In the computer. That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
So that's I respect that from the county.
They always are improving, and I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, and they listen to, like you said earlier.
Our reports go back and they review and they tweak their systems.
Yeah, they're pretty
a little
cool.
bit. It's really nice.
Yeah. So everybody, you can start voting May 23rd, I believe, is the 11-day centers. There's 7 of them in Placer County. You can already start mailing in the drop boxes. Those are out and about, so you can definitely do that. And those are collected every night, are they not? Is that
Once a day.
Once a day, yes. So they're not sitting around, and so you could do it that way. We'll take any mail-in ballot like that, drop box anywhere in the state. What else do we have to review? And then the 4-day is...
A deadline is coming up really quickly.
Okay.
If you are not registered to vote already, and if you can go on the Secretary of State's website and check your own registration. If you need to register, or if you need to re-register, if you've moved, May 18 coming up very, very soon, Monday, is the last day to register to vote for this primary election.
However, the caveat, can't they come in on election day? I know this is a headache for you. You can come in and say you want to register to vote. It becomes a conditional vote. It's like you have more paperwork to fill out, but it's like you're filling out your registration form and voting, and it goes in a special jacket so that you are now moving forward registered, and that ballot will count, just not that instantaneous count.
Right.
Is that
yes?
Okay. Whew.
So
that always flummoxes me because she's the one that's going to have to do that. Yeah.
Yes. The same day registration is available. So you fill out all the information like you're registering to vote. You also will get a ballot then after we check to make sure all the spaces are filled and all the forms signed. you will receive a ballot for this election. That ballot does not go through the scanner, and when the elections office receives that at the end of the day, or because those are collected every day too,
Right.
from
Okay.
from the vote center, and they are processed in the elections office, and when everything is confirmed that you're not registered anywhere else, that ballot will then be removed from that and put into the general system for counting.
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot, and not too much at all. It's a wonderful thing that we have in this country. So
That's why we get this huge book
I know
of instructions for vote workers.
Right.
Poll
That's
workers.
right. And yes, and we're all going to read it diligently.
Yes.
Or rely on Norma. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to talk to you about today, elections. Everybody, please vote, vote, vote. It's so important. Of those 300,000 in our county, we get like, what were they saying? 55%. So that's not too bad in a general or a primary election. So anyway, the other thing, you're wearing a very important hat. Our American Association of University Women organization, like a lot of nonprofits, are running into some issues getting people to raise their hand to be officers, to keep our treasury where we can do the scholarship important work that we like to do, which scholarships just went out to our June graduates. Good on you. But we want, it's been difficult. And Norma, you raised your hand. You were president in 2018 to 2020. And we desperately needed someone to go in the role of treasurer and the role of president. And you raised your hand for president, or you got coerced, whatever happened.
Arm twisted.
Arm twisted. And, but we are grateful for that. I understand it is for 1 year, so we'll have to, be more fluid and make sure somebody's coming up behind you. The other position that was in jeopardy was treasurer. And a shout out to Sandra Scott, who has been president as well as treasurer in the past. She can do the remote part and is going to do that for us. So we're still hanging on. We're still vital. And so what possessed you? How much arm pulling did you? I mean, we're so grateful, and yet it's none of the rest of us wanted to do it. It was like, we're so, I don't know.
So I'll tell you the backstory.
Okay.
Is that in the past 2 years I was what we call the moderator of our church local district,
Okay.
which was Pacific Southwest District of the Church of the Brethren. And so I was the moderator, which is essentially president of that organization. And so at the end of my term, which was last November, I'd been listening to God. I said, okay, after I did that term of service, what do you have for me next?
Oh.
And I kept listening. I was thinking, what is it that you have for me to do?
Yeah.
And when when I hear God calling my name, I say yes.
Okay.
And so when Deb Seigel asked me, it's like, okay. I briefly thought about it, but I said, okay, that's my name calling to me specifically.
Wow.
And so I said, yes. And so
Wow.
now, what are my goals? It's like I want to encourage the parents of our scholarship girls to become members. Mothers and fathers, we can have men as members of University Women, but we appreciate them. And name says university women, but we can also receive members from community colleges, two-year colleges.
Yeah.
And we are also taking, what do we call it? Auxiliary members.
Yeah, there you go.
Auxiliary members for those that never sought further education. We still know there's smart women out there that may not have gone to
and they just want to support and be part of us. Yeah.
To support and be a part of us. Our two big actions of our groups. We sponsor the scholarships for our high school graduates and re-entry and transfer from community college to a four-year university. And then we also have our young ladies science camp called Tech Trek, TECHTREK, for young ladies that have finished 7th grade. They are nominated by their science teachers, and we interview the girls. They have to write an essay. They go through all the examinations.
I know, it's cute.
And they are chosen to go to one of the few camps in California. There's some across the country, I believe.
I think there are two.
It's mostly here in AAUW, California. And we staff our camps with a lot of AAUW volunteers.
Yeah.
And so I also volunteer for Tech Trek, and so I serve as a dorm monitor, formerly known as a dorm mom, to a group of 10 or 12 girls, and
that's so fun.
We shepherd them to meals and to their core classes and different field trips that we have planned for the girls. We want these girls to get interested and find other people, other girls of their own age that are interested in the same things they are.
And
not
to encourage,
not that they, don't want the other kids at the school, but they bond together in a week, and there's no cell phones during that week.
I love that part. I love that part of it. So,
and the girls will say, I didn't realize how much I spend time on my phone, and it's so much easier to have a conversation with the other girls. And at the end of the week, they're taking pictures when they get their phones back from their parents, and taking pictures and getting the emails of the phone numbers for the other girls that they bonded with, and they make lifelong friends.
Well, you will be awesome, because you've got some nice goals, and oh gosh, I guess for the whole branch and everyone, thank you for keeping us going. It's not that we don't want to keep going. I think some of us have more limitations in our lives than we'd like to.
And we've lost a lot of several long-time members.
Yes, we have.
We recently lost Joanna Jones.
Yeah.
And so, we're aging out.
We are.
And
and we have to. Anyway, you're going to be fantastic. Real quick, we're about to wrap up. I'm going to just pose some quick questions for you so we get to know you a little bit.
Dear.
Okay, so they're just silly. One of the talk show night guys do it. So what's your favorite season?
Spring.
Okay.
I like my garden growing.
No, I knew you were a garden grower. Color. No, you can't say gray. I mean, you can.
No, my closet is full of black because I'm a musician.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes, you and she's such a wonderful musician, part of the symphony here. Okay, well, black is good. That's a good color. It's very versatile. Hobby. I know you have. No, that's a passion. Sewing?
Knitting.
Gardening? Knitting is okay. All right, because you are. Okay. Who was your favorite mentor, or someone that you You mentioned God, so he might be up there, but somebody that
Yeah.
impacted your knitting, your music, your...
Well, you know, as a cellist, you gotta go with Yo-Yo Ma.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's such a perfect one. Okay. Oh, huh. Where's the best place you like to visit on a short-term basis? Let's just say for a weekend. If you could. Like, I haven't done it in 10 years, but if you could.
If I don't have anything music-wise, I just want to sit in my garden.
Isn't that the answer? Oh my gosh. That's lovely. So we are going to leave our spring May show. Please vote. Happy graduation. It's bike month, and go sit in your gardens and enjoy everything. Norma, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, we only touched on how wonderful you really are. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Take care of each other. Thank you.